Welcome back. Today's video is going to be my May makeup capsule. I am so excited. I have loved doing this series. What I've been doing is every month this year, I've been curating a smaller makeup collection for myself. This is a combination of a project pan and a shop my stash. I still do separate project pan videos, so the items in project pans, I'm not going to go into much depth about those because I do project pan updates, so you can check all that out in my project pan playlist. But basically, I've just been enjoying curating a smaller collection as a way to rotate through my larger makeup collection and make sure I'm using everything. And also, this has helped me on my low buy so much because basically I have learned that I can do a wider amount of looks with fewer products than, I previously thought, and it has really kept me from buying new makeup products this year. I did a low buy update pretty recently and I am just so happy with how that is going. And also my other makeup capsule videos, if you want to see those are in my Shop My Stash playlist. I don't recap the items from the previous month just because the video would be way too long, but I can tell you that I really enjoyed everything in last month's makeup capsule. Probably one of my favorite things that I am wearing on my eyes with a combo of other palettes was the Glamlite Kaliente palette. Loved using that palette, and I did wear mostly very simple eye looks for the last month, but in the last week or so, I'm getting back into the colorful and dramatic looks, as you can see from today's makeup, and I'm very excited about that. So I have more eyeshadow palettes this month than I did last month. This is only for color cosmetics. It's not for base products because I don't have very many of those in my collection, but let's go ahead and get into this. Let me just quick talk about lip products because I'm actually only putting 2 in the capsule and these are both in project pans. Basically, I'm just trying to project pan as many lip products as I can this year, and if there are other days where I want to use something that's not in a project pan, I'll just reach in my lip drawer for that. So I'm no longer putting other lip products in the makeup capsule. This is one I'm trying to finish up. This is the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick, and bear with me, I am wearing this today in a combination with some other things. I really do like it, but I am trying to pan as many lip products. If you saw my recent makeup inventory, I've made amazing progress, so I'm just really happy about that. And then I have this one. This is in Project 10 uses, so I'm not trying to finish it, but this is the Santé Gloss in number 10. This is from the Shop Miss A website, and I actually really like this. It's only $1, but I'm really happy I put it in this project pan because it's actually really beautiful, almost shimmery red color. Let me talk about the things that are in my Finish 10 in 2021 project pan. I had a recent update on that a couple of weeks ago, and I'm already so excited for the next update because I've made amazing progress. I just realized I forgot to grab the 2 Faced palettes, the Hourglass Sculpture palette and the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. Those are in every month, so it's totally fine. The Too Faced blush, I'll actually go ahead and show you this because I posted this on Instagram. I repressed this with the blushes from the Becca Afterglow Sunset palette. And so this is a combination of that. I had hit pan on all of the blushes. So yeah, I just combined them in here. It really filled the pan up though. But yeah, more on that in the project pan update video. The Becca Afterglow palette still here. The Catrice highlighting powder, you can see the pan on that has already expanded since the last update. The Urban Decay Sin Highlighter, very excited about my progress there. The ColourPop bronzer also, this is the only bronzer I've been using. I've hardly been putting any bronzer on lately, so I'm just gonna try to finish this. I don't know, I've just lost excitement for bronzer, honestly. I still wear it, but I just put a very bare minimum amount on to just add a bit of shape to my face. All right, that's the stuff that's in that project pan, and then everything else is either in Project 10 uses or it's not in a project pan. These 2 are in the Project 10 uses, and the Milani blush in Dolce Pink. This is so beautiful. I'm really excited to be using this. It's a pink with a bit of gold sheen in it. It's very pretty. I've used that a couple of times since it's been in that project and I've really enjoyed it. And then the other one that's in the Project 10 uses is the Cover FX Duo in Pink Dahlia. This is so beautiful. And I'm wearing this today on top of a cream blush, which I'll show you. This is very pigmented, but I love this color. It's like a corally pinky peach. I feel like this is really flattering on my skin tone. I really like it. So I'm happy to be using this more. Since I'm talking about blush, I'll go ahead and mention these because these cream blushes, I am in love. I did a recent Get Ready With Me that was my low buy update, and I just talked about how much I love cream blush lately. I still set it with a powder because of my combination skin, but these were two new purchases for me in the beginning of April. This is the Maybelline Chic Heat in Coral. Very pretty. And so I'm wearing this with the Cover FX one on top of it today. Very beautiful, but I'm already like low on this. I've had it for only about a month and I've used up probably 3/4 of it. There's a bunch of air in here too. It's really crazy. So I'm actually gonna try to finish this because I kid you not, I've used 3/4 of this tube in a month. That's insane. I like the product. It's really, really nice, but even for only $7 or $8, I'm not sure that that's worth it. That is just very expensive. It is not that pigmented, so I put more on than I do of this one, but I just felt like even when I bought this, there seemed to be a lot of air in the tube. So it's not that big of a deal. It was a drugstore product, but considering how quickly I'm running out of this, I mean, honestly, I'm happy to have more empties, so it's not that big of a deal to me, but I would not repurchase this because I don't know, for how quickly it runs out, I don't really feel that it was worth it, even though, I mean, the color is beautiful and I like the product. This one I would recommend much more. This is the NYX one. This is the Soft Cheek Tint Blush Mousse. This is in the color Nude Tude. I did demonstrate this in that Get Ready With Me. It is very beautiful. It's more pigmented than that one. There's also more product. There's 0.4 fluid ounces in that one, and the Maybelline has 0.27 fluid ounces. Also, I am loving this applicator. It is so convenient because it's like a lipstick wand or a lip gloss wand. So I just tap onto my cheeks, blend it out with my beauty sponge, and good to go. Really have loved this one, and obviously this is gonna last much longer than the Maybelline. I picked two more Chic products that are not in any project pans or anything like that. This blush, this is the Kathleen Lights and ColourPop blush in I Need Space. I forgot how much I loved this, and I can't even remember the last time I used it. It's a very neutral blush, but I like that. I think this goes with pretty much any makeup look that I would wear, and it's great because it's a bit more subdued if I'm planning to do more colorful looks, which I really, really want to. This is great. I think the formula is fantastic, and I love this one. Last up for Cheek products, something I haven't used in I cannot remember how long. Kind of sad because this is very expensive. I kind of can't even believe I bought this. It's the Lancome Absolute Powder in Absolute Pesh. It is a peachy kind of very light golden champagne highlighter. Let's see if I can get any out to swatch. Yeah, it's a champagne highlighter. I mean, this is not anything that revolutionary. It is very finely milled. You know, it's not glittery at all. It is beautiful. However, I think this costs around $60, which is crazy. Although I will say you get a ton of product in here. It's 0.35 fluid ounces. I mean, this thing is completely full of highlights. If you were gonna only own one highlighter, this will last a very, very long time, but I don't know. I like this product, but I don't think it's quite worth the price. I have chosen 11 palettes for this round. I didn't have very many palettes last month. Like I said, last month I was wearing really simple makeup looks, but I want to do some more fun looks again. And one of the palettes I picked is this Pat McGrath Mini Subversive. Again, this is one I don't even remember the last time that I used this palette. I love these beautiful shimmery metallic shades. This gold is amazing, this red is amazing, and I love this blue. I actually did a tutorial with this blue when I first got this palette. Sometime it was at the beginning of last year. Great, looking forward to using that. This one is in the Project 10 Uses. It's the Dose of Colors Marvelous Mauves. This one is fantastic. I love it. I think this formula is very easy to work with. It is quite powdery, but I love this one. I have two others of these 5-pan Dose of Colors palettes, but this one is probably my favorite, so I'm happy that that is in the project. This next palette is not in any project. I just chose it because, again, I can't remember the last time I used it. It's the ColourPop Sweet Talk palette. Also, I thought this would be perfect for spring looks because there's a lot of coral shades in here. It's so hard to tell because it's very reflective. I have removed the pressed glitters because I don't like those, but the rest of the palette is actually really nice. I think it's very nicely formulated as well, so I'm pretty excited about this. Another neglected palette, but I think this is gonna be perfect for spring. This is the Ofra Glitch palette. Yeah, I think this is the original Glitch palette. It's an all shimmer palette. Such beautiful shades. Oh my gosh. I love this palette. And again, I don't think I've used this since I bought it last year. Here's the thing, is last year I bought a lot of palettes. I think I bought about 50. I know, it's a lot. And so many of those palettes have only been used probably between 5 to 10 times max, which is very unfortunate, which is why I'm on a low buy and which is why I'm doing this Shop My Stash and Project Pans and all of that. But yeah, this is one that has been very neglected, but I know that I like this formula and this color selection is gorgeous. My next pick is a Z palette. This is full of single eyeshadows, and I really want to use my single eyeshadows more. They tend to be so neglected. It's very, very sad. These are very colorful. These are mostly Coastal Scents Hot Pots. A couple of these, this one's Color Pop. This one's Divina, but anyway, I do have separate videos on pretty much all of my single eyeshadows. You can search for those on my channel. I really love this selection. There's some great colors in here. I mean, there's also some neutral shades up there that will work with pretty much any look. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this one. Okay, the original Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I haven't used this in, again, not sure how long. I recently talked about this in a video, eyeshadow palettes I hate that I love. And this, I hate that I love this palette, honestly. It's a good formula and I like the colors in here. I tend not to reach for it because it's very bulky and I just have a hard time storing it with my other palettes, but it's good. I can't deny that I like the formula here. So yeah, again, this is one where I have hit pan on it, and this was also in my Project 100 uses. And I've noticed that with my Project 100 uses, once I get to 100, I tend to not use that palette for months and months afterwards. Also partly because, you know, I do have a lot of palettes, but this is one that I just don't want to declutter it because I actually really love the shades in here. This is the other palette that is in the Project 10 uses for the month, and that is this Viseart palette. This is the Boheme Dream, and I am wearing this palette as well today. I am wearing these two blue shades here, and then in the center of the lid, I have the color, I think it's called Opal from the Urban Decay Stoned Vibes palette. This look was a total experiment, but honestly, I think it kind of worked out. It was looking very scary there for a while, but once I added the winged liner, it ended up somewhat working out. But back to this palette, I love this one. This Viseart formula is fantastic. I am just so impressed with these colors. I mean, you can see how vibrant they are. These two, beautiful, but I love the pinks and the greens in here as well. Again, this is going to be great for spring looks and pretty colorful looks, although, you know, some of these over here are pretty neutral and I could wear more on an everyday basis, but most of the palette is pretty fun. I think this is a great formula. I have one other Viseart palette, the All Matte Warm Neutral one. It's great also, I gotta say. I really like the Viseart formula, at least from the two palettes that I own, but yeah, this one is great. All right, 4 palettes left, and I won't go into too much detail on these because I just showed you these in using my eyeshadow palettes project pan, where I had my dog pick my palettes. I thought it was just kind of fun. I couldn't decide, so I figure, hey, let me just entertain myself by letting my dog pick some palettes. And apparently he really liked the Naked Reloaded if you saw that video. But yes, this was chosen. This is a good one, very neutral, you know, nothing crazy there. Will be good for every day. That's actually another one that was in the Project 100 uses last year. And then once I got to 100, I kind of got sick of it. So I'm looking forward to using that again. And then the So Jaded, I think this, I am most excited to use this because this was once my #1 palette in my collection. And I still think it's really, really good. I haven't used it in so long. It's very unfortunate, but I'm looking forward to using this because I want to do more colorful looks. Also, this has plenty of neutrals in here for every day. And yeah, I think this one is fantastic. Also, this is the Venice Fling by Bailey Sarian palette. Looking forward to this as well because this formula is fantastic. Particularly these metallics are beautiful. So yeah, this is a combination of kind of colorful and some neutral shades that I think will be versatile. And then the last pick that my dog chose was this ColourPop palette. It's not all ColourPop shades in here. It's mostly ColourPop, but there's also a few coastal scents. Actually, this is Anastasia. What is that called? This was a really popular pink champagne. Wow, I forgot that I even owned this eyeshadow. It is a stunning, like, glittery pink. Wow, I forgot that I owned that. And that used to be, this was more in the times where people were more talking about single eyeshadows on YouTube. And I feel like people were talking about that color so much. And it actually was even in some of the older Anastasia palettes. I feel like that was, you know, prime days of Anastasia right there. But I digress. This is mostly ColourPop shadows. That's M Cosmetics, that's Divina, this is Divina, but yeah, the rest is ColourPop. And this is a great assortment for spring. I'm really, really excited to use this one. Alrighty, that is my selection for my May makeup capsule. I'm very excited for this month because I'm very much looking forward to wearing more colorful eyeshadows. I'm very excited about the palette selection. And yeah, the Chic products, I gotta say, I'm so into those cream blushes. I just feel like, I don't know, I love the way it looks. It gives a bit more of a glow. Anyway, I'm really, really into cream blush. So yeah, if you did not see my other capsule videos, you can find those in my Shop My Stash playlist. I will link that and also my Project Pan playlist. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.